Hello everyone, Neil Patel here. Thank you for downloading the latest episode of the Indian Startup Show. Today I speak to Shriyans Bhandari, the CEO of Greensole. This social enterprise takes used sneakers which would otherwise end up in landfill and refurbishes them into sandals that get donated to hundreds of thousands of people in India. So in this podcast, Shriyans talks about his amazing journey from creating the first shoe to receiving the Forbes 30 Under 30 Social Entrepreneurship Award and getting a letter from Barack Obama and much, much more. So please enjoy the show. Thank you. Hello, Shriyas. Thank you for coming on the Indian Startup Show today.
Hi, Neil. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, please tell us what you're building.
So, I'm running a social startup. We upcycle old shoes into slippers and then we donate and retail them. So, it's the first time we're doing something like this where old shoes, instead of going in landfills, are being utilized for good.
Excellent. And how did you come up with the idea? Sounds interesting.
So, my co-founder and I are both athletes, and we just used to throw away a lot of old shoes and they used to go in dustbins. And that's where we thought that this is not this is a pain point. So we started thinking about it and just accidentally one day came up with the solution of making slippers. It was just a hobby, but now it has really scaled up into a company.
Okay. You mentioned upcycling. How's that different to recycling?
So recycling is melting and completely remolding something. But in upcycling, you just change its form. So the only difference is the amount of effort or emissions or the time taken is much less in upcycling.
Okay. And can you share some stats? How many of you upcycled?
So far we've done 150,000 pairs of footwear we've recycled.
Wow. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, we are soon reaching 1 million. It's growing every year by 200-300%. It's increasing. So we want to reach 1 million pairs soon.
And how does that make you feel then?
Wonderful. I think we are creating a difference. It's a very tangible impact just by upcycling, saving the environment, giving it to someone in need. Also inspiring a lot of people. I think that's also a very important thing.
How big is the problem then?
It's you can't even imagine. It's so as much as the population of India, around 1 billion people. As per the UNESCO report, those many people don't have a pair of footwear. And in terms of recycling and the old shoes, there are around 20 billion pairs of shoes and other apparels which are made each year. So there's a huge gap and we are bridging that.
How does it work then? So if I have an old pair of shoes, do I just post them to you then?
Yeah, so we are mainly operating out of India. In other countries, we are retailing footwear, collecting funds. And out here, we collect shoes, people courier it to us. We have corporate partners. And once we receive the shoes, we collect funds to upcycle them. And then we have a data of people where it's required. So we constantly do these donation drives.
And you mentioned the retail side. How's that going? Is that do you have a business model behind that?
Yeah, so it's so there the priority is towards the environment. Like just by buying, you're contributing to the environment, and we have some types also in CSR with companies like Skechers, Adidas. So we're trying to co-brand with them, and soon we'll be in stores globally. As of now, we are in India shipping globally and expanding to one country like US and then slowly to other markets also.
So is it upcycling done by machine or is it manual work?
It's semi-automated. So recycling, if we were recycling it would have been completely automated. But out here, we have a process where it's sorted out, sized, and then some normal processes of footwear making takes place. But we want it to be semi-automated so that we can employ people.
Yeah, okay, cool. Let's go back to the start then. Talk about the early days. How did you upcycle your first pair?
So it's like we just had an idea that how a slipper looks. So we just took the shoe, tore it apart, and somehow just managed to put the thongs together so it looked like a slipper. It was a true minimum viable product. Like it was not a technically correct slipper, but it gave us an idea that a slipper can be made from a shoe.
And how big's the team?
It's around 15 people now,
Okay.
and we have about 50 volunteers apart from that, and some labor also, which is outsourced.
Okay. So according to the website, you're 20 years old running a factory.
Yeah, I'm 24 now, but when I started, I was 20.
And do you have like manufacturing background?
No design background, no manufacturing. But I do come from a business family, so I have some. Always had a, you can say, entrepreneurial bug. Wanted to do something on my own.
How did you learn the manufacturing side of things then?
I think manufacturing anything is easy. It takes time, but technology and everything is available. And as an entrepreneur, our role is to put things together, like put the resources, manufacturing, team together, all these things.
And how did
So it was tough, but we learned our way. We developed some technology. We had a partner, Ram Fashion Exports, where they were already into footwear making, so they were able to help us scale it faster.
How did you learn the design side of things?
Initially, we designed from what we knew. Later, after the first year, we had a proper designer in our team.
And what plans do you have for the future then in 2019? What do you see?
We're growing quite well. I think in CSR side, we can have more tie-ups, open skill centers, and in retail, we can expand. So we are at a good base now. So a lot of work will happen in the next 2 to 3 years.
Cool. And will you just stick to shoes then, or will you try something else?
Oh, we can. Overall theme is upcycled, so we can take it to other fields like bags and electronics, whatever.
Cool. Okay, so let's talk about you then. What's your background?
So I've done my undergraduation from Mumbai in business studies. Then I've done my master's from Babson College in US in entrepreneurial leadership. I run a girls' boarding school in Udaipur, Heritage Girls' School. That's my family business. It's also among top 10 schools in India. Then I'm a photographer, athlete. I've written a book also on wildlife. So I always like doing things, keep myself occupied.
Yeah.
So one by one, I do something.
How do you keep on top of things?
I never take any stress. One is like you could do 10, but now I'm doing 80, 90. So there are results everywhere. And yeah.
And who has anyone been helping you on this journey?
Yeah, a lot of people. Right from manufacturing, co-founder, partners. We had Savio D'Souza, which was our coach. He initially helped us a lot. So I think if not, we've come in touch with around 200, 300 new people since we started.
Okay. And how did you meet your co-founder?
So we were running together at the same park. And that's where we happened to discuss about this problem.
Cool, good stuff. And what would you say is like the hardest bit about this problem? Or what's the hardest part about what you do?
Hardest part is, I think, convincing people to buy something upcycled. And initially, it was difficult to get sponsors also. Now both the problems are solving on its own.
So people who are listening, what should they be focusing on? Say the first time founder.
I think it's a long-term journey. You shouldn't think like in 5 years I'll be here, in 2 years I'll be here. Just get started. That's the most important step. And be in it for the long term. Solutions will come to you on your own. You just should be there and be on top of things. I think that's important.
Did you ever like doubt yourself?
Yeah, many times. I wanted to leave it also because it becomes really frustrating sometimes. It takes time to find solutions at times. But every day is a new day. You can restart, you can rethink, but ultimately solutions will come to you.
Because obviously last year you were named Forbes 30 under 30 social entrepreneur in Asia. What was that like? How did that feel?
I actually imagined myself on in that list.
Oh, right.
Some years back.
Okay.
Some years back, so it was very good for it to come true.
So it's like a dream. You were dreaming about it.
Yeah, I was reading one of the magazines. It was Forbes India under 30 list.
Yeah.
So, but we got into the Asia list. It was even better.
Even better, yeah. So it must have opened up a lot more doors in terms of like sponsorship and stuff like that.
Internationally, the expansion we are having in US, that's because of the Forbes outreach.
Okay.
So a lot of people reached out to us.
Yeah. And talk about running. You said you were an athlete. How's that going? Do you still have time to run?
Not as much. I'm doing it more for fitness now, but a couple of years back I was a serious athlete, training almost professionally and running marathons all over, not just in India but in Dubai and other countries also.
Yeah. What's your time? What's your fastest time?
I did 10 kilometers in 36 minutes.
Wow.
And 21 kilometers in 1 hour 24 minutes.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Have you done a marathon then?
No, only till half and 10 5K.
All right. Yeah. Why have you not done a marathon then?
This distance suits me better.
Okay.
Medium to 21 maximum.
Awesome stuff. Okay. Yeah.
Best race is 10K from.
Yeah. You mentioned Forbes. You also mentioned a book as well. You wrote a book about yourself?
No, not about myself.
Okay.
That's also in the pipeline.
Okay.
But I wrote a book about wildlife and photography.
Oh, right. Okay. Cool.
It's a compilation of my pictures and everything.
Yeah. And you did a TEDx talk as well. Is that right?
Yeah, that was in Dubai.
Okay.
That was in Greensole and disruption, entrepreneurship, all three themes.
So what advice would you give to people then who want to become social entrepreneurs?
I think don't wait till you get to the right age. Some people think for social entrepreneurship you need to be of a certain age, but get started at a young age and try to build a for-profit model around it.
Brilliant. Yeah. Do you have like a favorite pair of shoes?
Favorite after Greensole is Adidas, I think. Adidas Boost.
Yeah, I've got those. They're quite nice, actually. Very nice. Very comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any like heroes that inspire you?
We got a letter from President Barack Obama.
Wow. Okay.
So he's one of my. I look forward to meet him if I get a chance.
Yeah. That must have been quite a surprise when you opened up your post.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wrote a letter to him and he replied back.
Wow. Okay. That's amazing. What can you remember what it said?
Yeah, I have it framed in my office.
Cool.
So I wrote to him about the book. I sent a copy of the book along with about Greensole.
Yeah.
So he replied back, he and Michelle Obama, they replied back that it's such a wonderful cause. It reflects our values. And we are there to support you in whichever way.
Was this when he was president?
Yeah.
Okay. So you just basically put President Obama, the White House, and posted it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. And do you have got any like recommendations on books or blogs? Anything that you read that's really interesting?
Books, I've read a lot of them. Mostly autobiographies and business books as well as spiritual books. I recommend that also. You can read some ancient books They look spiritual in nature, but they have power to guide you in today's world also, like the Gita, then Chanakya Niti. It's a lot of Indian books. One must look them up. And I've read about Richard Branson and others also.
How do the spiritual books help you then?
They give you more clarity. They help you stay on top of things, not focus on results.
So what's surprised you most then about your journey, your entrepreneurial journey?
I think what we do is when we see anyone successful, we are seeing only the final result. But we should try and look at the problems and other things and realize that everyone takes time. So don't look at the final result. Anyone can reach at any point if you get started.
Excellent advice there. Okay, last question. For people who want more information on you and Greensole, what must they do?
They can go to greensole.in or heritagegirlschool.com. I'm also very active on social media, so they can find me with my social media handles.
Awesome. Shriyans, thank you for coming on the show today.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Cheers, buddy. Have a good day. Thank you now.
Yeah,
bye.
Thank you.
Thanks to Shriyans for coming on the show today, and check out the show notes for more information. Thank you for listening, and if you want to come on the show, please email me hello@neilpatel.co, and let's connect on facebook.com/Indian Startup Show and Twitter @Indian Startup SH. Thank you and goodbye.